Getting ready to go in. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon. 93, 94 degrees. And I think it's going to get hotter tomorrow. It'll probably be quite warm when I get off this evening. They took the fountain out. I wonder if they're going to replace it. Oh, man. Whew, it's 11:11 in the evening. It's like 70. It's hot. It's 76 degrees. Whew. I can go for a California Cooler or a Bartles and James or a Seagram's. One thing that I've come to realize taking the bus home this late is that on the 180 going to Pasadena, there's a lot of homeless on the bus. A lot of homeless that literally just come into Pasadena overnight. I kind of thought they were just like coming in on the train as well, but you know, now it explains, like in the morning and in the daytime when I'm walking around, when I'm going to the bus stop, you know, I see a whole new crop. I hate to say it that way, but it's like a whole new crop of homeless folks. Wow.
Possibly those thunderstorms happening in the afternoon with the monsoon flow at 102. Orange County inland 93.
Ooh.
That goes down to 84.
Hot at Disney. And the valley, Jesus.
The San Fernando Valley, clear skies, hot temperatures all the way across, and then by Wednesday you're at 92. Don't know if you're gonna really feel that difference.
And we still have September.
92 degrees. Let's go to Ginger with traffic.
Thursday, August. What is this today? 21st? Goodness. 2025, 9:34 in the morning. It's hot. It's today, I think, is the hottest day of the week. We still have at least a good 3 to 4 days. Some parts a lot longer. So like I said last night, on the 180, there are more and more just coming in. And one of the places that they have been hanging out here is right here. So right here, as I was coming up, oh yeah, last night was kind of eventful, but oh, the remains are still here. There are a couple, this lady, the female, sprawled out over here, and then her guy friend was knocked out over here. He looked like his face was kind of beat up, or like, I don't know, he was dead, or death had settled in because his face was kind of black. See something dead or like a corpse, you start to see where the skin starts to sink in and it kind of turning black or whatever. That's what the guys, look at the video and pause it if you need to. There's this one lady, I don't know where she ends up, but Huron Lake in Colorado is like the last stop. It's like a short run during the overnight hours. During the daytime, it runs from Hollywood all the way to PCC on Hill in Colorado, where the Jack in the Box is. The overnight, it just stops right here. As the bus driver finishes, he gets and he shouts out, "Last stop, everyone off. Last stop, everyone off." And then when I'm walking away, I kind of often hear a bus driver or two, depending on what it is, will say, you know, keep repeating himself, "Get off the bus. This is the last stop, no more." And I think they kind of go back up and then probably head to the yard while another one comes in from the downtown yard. and resumes. I don't know exactly how it does, but everybody, so many folks, man. I think it's also because of the fear of Trump and stuff like that, eliminating homelessness. And I know, it's kind of brutal for some folks. I understand and I get it. But the thing is, it's more brutal letting people stay out here. All you're doing is you're giving us sandwiches, you're giving us some clothing, you're giving us hygiene packs and kits and stuff like that. Remain out on the street. We don't want you near us. That's kind of the take that it seems like that I had felt like. And over the course of the last 2 years that I was out here, it was just seeing people can't. Instead of spending all this money and shit on all the little trinkets and everything else, which you think you're helping, but all you're doing is really prolonging the stay. You're prolonging the attitude and the mentality and the outlook of that individual homelessness to just keep staying out here. Why bother? I got everything else over here and shit like that. No, it's not going to work that way. Another good thing about this job is that we get our schedules like a month in advance, which is pretty damn cool, because that way we know how to work. Right now, I guess because I'm still under the 90-day, I'm definitely very 3 on, 3 off. I think next week, so I'm working yesterday, tonight, and tomorrow. I'm off Saturday, then it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Off one day, and then I'm back on for 2 or 3 more days. It's great. It's great. Who knows? Maybe I will definitely be able to get out of here. I'm already off of with the exception of being financially helped with the housing, I'm on my own. I'm financial. No nothing, no EBT. The EBT I had it turned off, and that's it. Don't need it anymore. Going back to the way it was back in 2018 when I got the job with Target and everything, and I had everything shut off. It was a lot easier this time because they were trying to convince me to stay on, and I've said this before. They're pretty fucked up and pretty evil in that. Oh, Charlie, you were homeless like 5 years, and you were on GR and EBT. Are you sure you're going to be able to? So anything can happen. I'm like, this was the social services doctor and psychologist. They have one on site to kind of do like a evaluation or help move you through your case. And what? Very soon. Coming very soon. Like you, Shabu, still not open. So, in what I was saying, do you remember how, like, especially during the lockdown, this started happening before the lockdown, actually, a few years before the lockdown. But during the lockdown, it was implemented a lot more because we couldn't see anybody, we couldn't visit, we couldn't spend the holidays with our friends and loved ones, and let alone go to church and everything else. So you're buying gift cards, multiple gift cards, and some stores had the limit. I think Target had like a $500, and it was later brought down to a $300 limit temporarily. And they would say, okay, especially if it was a Google card, a Google or an Apple Pay card, they would ask you, has anybody coerced you into blah, 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 blah? which, you know, it makes sense because, you know, kind of like blackmail or whatever it is may be considered for an exchange. Well, no, and you say no. When you go into social services and everything, and you're being interviewed and everything that you're doing, it's penalty under perjury of law, right? Just like you're doing that verbal contract, that same thing. When that cashier is asking you, has anybody coerced you? It's under penalty of perjury, whatever. Check it out. So when you go into social services and everything, and then you're waiting to be called to be interviewed by a worker or a worker, they'll go over things or whatever. Okay, well, you didn't explain here what. Well, I didn't know how to explain, or the way that you did this is not worded correctly, and it won't help you. So then a worker or the worker, whichever the case may be, will get another blank copy of what you were supposed to fill out and make your statement or whatever. And they'll say, okay, write this. So you're being dictated, and you're writing down in your own penmanship, in your own handwriting, script of what they're telling you what you should be stating or wording in order to be accepted, to be able to get whatever, this or that, even if it was Medi-Cal. You're being coerced. You didn't know. You guys, those of you that, thank God, have never had the pleasure, the experience of being in a public social services offices with a bunch of other people, temperamental people, some not too mentally well, but it's not something that you want to spend anywhere from 4 to 6 plus hours, depending on where you are, what the workload is for that day, how small the office is, remote. There's so much. At the Pasadena over here on Lake, they it can be pretty gnarly and stuff like that. It's calmed down a lot, but you could be there up to 6-8 hours just to be even accepted. But still, getting back to that, they tell you what to do. They make it so easy for anybody. And then this last time when I had to go in person, this is, you know, you guys, you're still giving a lot. Oh, we're not giving money to immigrants or whatever. And I'm pulling up articles and stuff like this, and articles like from, like, I think it was like one from a lot of left-leaning stuff like that. And it's like, oh no, that's not us. And it's like, whatever. And anyway, I'm tired of doing that. I couldn't wait to get back to the 2018 situation where I was so happy and proud of, you know, having the food stamps and the EBT to your mouth and everything else. I know I'll probably end up gonna get a bill to make restitution for that, especially now Trump. It's no big deal. That's no problem. I had no problem with paying back with what I owed. I mean, I know food stamps I won't have to pay back, but whatever the GR was and everything else, I'll have to pay that back. That's cash assistance. That's the one where a lot of those Instagram or TikTok videos and stuff like that, it's not so much as also the food stamps, it's the cash allowance. So a lot of the moms get that cash allowance. And EBT, food stamp program, was never this lenient. You were not able to buy candy, much let alone soda pop. I think Kool-Aid, only unsweetened Kool-Aid, only juice drinks, no other. Orange juice, yeah, definitely, and it was so weird. Over the course of the last years and everything, it started to become a little bit more lenient and everything. So when I was homeless, and they introduced being able to use your EBT. Now the EBT, a lot of people freak out. Oh, you could go to McDonald's or Burger King and get you know, a meal for EBT. It's not the EBT food stamps. They use that because it's recognized all over in the homeless community and in the impoverished community itself. So when they use EBT, it's a little bit more carrot to the donkey cart to come into the office. Oh, well, and then they'll say, well, if you have cash allowance, if you have GR, general assistance, you can use that cash on your EBT card to be able to purchase fast food. And now, isn't that fucked up? It's not the food stamps. You can't use the food stamps. And then you also have to make sure that you tell the office that you are dealing with to have your GR services turned on for hot meals. So there's a lot of things and everything. So when they say, you know, people see those EBT signs at fast food restaurants or any eatery and stuff like that, I know it's upsetting, and it a lot of things, and people firstly think that it's going to be just from the food stamps, but it's not. It's from the cash assistance, and not everybody gets cash assistance, so bear that in mind as well. But yeah, I never used, well, I never had it turned on. I only had it turned on when I was homeless. But I never thought it was a good idea either, because you're gonna make that homeless person exhaust their cash allowance a lot quicker, instead of using it for, I don't know, things that they really need, like soap or toothpaste and stuff like that. Instead, they're gonna use it on fast food and alcohol and stuff like that. The left really fucked up the EBT program a lot. Just like with the school system, they fucked it up. There is activity over here at the auditorium. There's a lot of young folks and pretty people and people dressed up. There's one. You gonna go in? Yep. I don't know if they're just like taping something preliminary or rehearsing. There's like all sorts of people and groups, so you know, you can tell like they're going to be performing or something. Who knows? Whew. We just had 2 Amber Alerts. Dang. Tis quite warm. It's like 96 now here in Glendale. Yeah, just nothing but natural clouds. Nothing to look here. I wasn't gonna sit outside, but you know, I got this berry chill Sprite cherry whatever, so I figured I'd give it a try out here. Note the taxes. I mean, it's a 3-piece. It's good, but $12. I'm dying here, thinking again that one day I would tell myself in the past how much I would be paid at a chicken shack, house, whatever. Let alone at a McDonald's. Fucking crazy is this. Polynesian and honey mustard. And now it could be a real shit show. This is what they warned us all about in the morning too, is a possibility of high winds this afternoon. That on top of the super heat wave. Yeah, I know. And cuckoos out there seizing this opportunity for this heat and wind. Wait, are they prettifying or are they destroying? Oh no. Are you serious? Are they destroying? Oh no, looks like they're protecting. Oh, they're prettifying. I think. Sounds like they're replacing some of the ties, or the what would be considered ties, but they're not. I love this. I'm hoping that what they're doing is that they're gonna prettify around the tracks. They're gonna keep the tracks, and that let the trolley run its full natural course like it once did. It was so cool. Just like many of the grows, it's the trolley that's the appeal, and of course the water fountains. I think the other one is at the Warner Center. I don't know. There's one I think we haven't been to. Oh, this place closed. But another soon will open if they could afford it. This is a hot ticket right here. Right on the boulevard. You know what? I think... See, look, this is how evil everything is. Like in Governor Newsom during the lockdown, filled in skate parks with sand so the kids couldn't use them. All up and down the state. Like in every city and stuff. And whatever they could. So were these rails. They were covered up with sand. You couldn't just, do something else. But it looks like, I don't know, we'll find out. It wasn't that long ago when the whole thing was just running all over the place. A definite showpiece. Celsius. 2 o'clock. 102.